Gonna see if I can get this in the DeBoss Garage Car Show. It's my minty truck. It's 2001 chassis with a square body mounted on top. It was two-wheel drive. It's now four-wheel drive, push button four-wheel drive. It's got the 5.3 in it, 4L60E transmission, push button four-wheel drive. I did not cut the frame other than cutting the mounts off. Drive shaft length is the same, everything's the same. It fits. The 2000 and it was short box to a short box, step side box. The 2001 is 1.5 inches longer in the wheelbase, and I can't remember the exact number. I think it's 118.5 or something, but it was very, very minimal. Maybe it was 1.75 inches. I put this together 2.5 years ago. It's my daily driver. I drive it year round. It's it gets modern engine gas mileage, not like that clapped old 350 that was in it. I did have to lengthen the box. I lengthened the box, and I know a lot of you purists are not going to like that, but I don't care. That's fine. I think I lengthened it 2.25 inches here. And then I lengthened the step, I split it and shaped metal, and I'm a journeyman welder. It's, but it's not hard. We can all weld, right? I know you guys can weld. If you're looking at this video, you probably have a welder in your shop and you've been welding for years and you're plenty capable. This is it. I am going to get some good video so that you guys can see how I did it, because you guys should do it. It's easy. As for mechanical, I did nothing. I am pretty good. I can go through an engine like nobody's business, but I didn't have to do anything mechanically, and that was nice. Wiring, it was very, very minimal. I wired... I put some relays to run through the headlights because the wires going to the headlights on the 2001 just seemed kind of light. So I put those through relays to run the big halogen headlights. I converted it to power windows, so I ran a square body wiring harness for the power windows. But it was just finding a couple hot wires and keyed hot wire and fused it. So that was easy. But that's literally all the wiring I did. Everything else was, I took the wiring harness out of a 2001, mounted a bare K-code cab on the frame, and then drilled holes and ran wires, and everything just plugs back in. It's cutting, welding, drilling holes, plug it in, and drive your truck. I was probably 6 weeks doing it, and I worked full time, and so it was 6 weekends. Some of those days were 12-hour days, but that's what we're doing. We're going to be out in the garage anyways. Might as well be doing something and be productive. I'll get down here and I'll show you the cab mount I made. The original 2001 sat in here. So I cut that off because that just wasn't going to work. It actually was going to sit where the kick panel is for the square body, like where your feet would kick the floor. So that didn't work. So I just took some 1/4 inch angle iron and built a mount. And I make gussets for it, so it's good and strong. It's all 1/4 inch. It's all welded up. It's on there. It's strong. And then to go to the cab is I made this box that actually fits over this support that goes down to the rocker panel. And so it just saddles it. And I prefabricated all of this, like this box and the mount, and then clamped it to the frame, clamped it to the cab, and it was all bolted together, tacked it up, welded it up, done. And I did that both sides. And then for the rear, you can see I still haven't cut that off. That's from the 2001. I'm gonna cut that off. That's got to go. It's been there 2.5 years doing nothing. And then here is my rear mount. And yeah, I know. I welded it up with stick, 7018, certified for that. So I still haven't cleaned the slag off, but that's fine. And then let's get a video. Let's get a shot of that. Bear with me. Good shot of my mount. And there's the mount going to the well, there's on the frame, and there's very little here, I know, but there's a lot of meat on this side, and it's all welded on the bottom. It's welded across the top. It's all 1/4 inch. It is super strong. I would like to probably put a gusset in there, just going down to the top of the frame. I just haven't done it yet, and yeah, I've been kind of busy and just driving my truck. But you can see it just bolts to, everything moves out because the 2001 frame is wider, so it doesn't work. The square body frame, the bolt holes would end up right on the top of the 2001 frame. So I just moved everything out accordingly, made my mounts, clamped everything, bolted it, done. It was actually fairly straightforward. You know, it's I don't know, I think it was an afternoon making the mounts. So I got those done. I'll show you what I did for the rad support. For the rad support, I actually used the 2001 rad support mounts. I moved them. I can't remember if it was forward or backwards, but I cut them off nicely. And there's my rad support mount. You know, that's factory 2001. I just, like I said, I moved it. I can't remember forward or backward. I think backward a little bit. And then for the rad support, I made this, it's like a piece of channel iron, and I just welded it to the front of the 78 rad support, I think that is. And it's there again, all 1/4 inch, good and solid. You know, you do got to do little things like I had to trim the inner fenders a little bit for clearance, but you know, it's a little bit of trial and error and fitting. For the firewall, this is what I did up here, and this worked. This worked great. It's you know, it was probably another afternoon doing this, but I cut out the firewall, let's say there down to the sill, and I put a blank sheet in because none of the holes for the master cylinder. I want to use a 2001 master cylinder, the steering column, everything. It's all 2001. And this is good to know because I ended up doing it twice because I didn't like where the steering wheel sat. So let's see if I can get a shot of that. Put the center line of the master cylinder just about there. Just not quite center of this, but just over, just a bit. And that worked out great. It put the steering wheel in a great location. I can't remember how I did the height. You'll have to figure that out yourself, but you know, it's just brackets. Just make brackets, drill holes, and in it goes, and it's good and solid. I ended up relocating the battery to the other side. You know, basically where the 2001 sat, because I wanted all the wires to lay right. I cut no wires here. So that, you know, I got my computer on this side as it was 2001. Got my air cleaner over there where the square body battery sat. It just fits in there. It sits nicely. Everything lays right. Works good. I did have to cut out the rad support and tuck the radiator in just a bit. You can see I just cut a square out, tucked it in, just drilled a hole. There's a nut on the backside. Backside there, it's solid. It's good. I'll get a video of the interior. I'm not done. I still got to skirt the bottom in, but that's, you know, that's easy enough. I'm just going to make some. I'll just bend some angle iron and make a cover that bolts on there. I'll bend that up. Something that unbolts easily so I can access my fuse panel. I got what I did is I cut the dash out, because you got to fiddle around getting the steering column mounted, and I just welded brackets to the firewall, good and strong. It was all 1/4 inch. It's there forever, and so that's in there. That's solid. And then I mounted the instrument cluster, and it was just more bracketry and stuff. I ended up cutting out a lot of the bullshit from the dash pad, and then I used 1-inch angle iron, and I welded that to that, drilled and tapped some holes, so I got a cover plate. I still have to make a hole here for my push-button 4-wheel drive and my headlights, but that's fine. I just haven't got around to it. It's auto headlights, so they just come on anyways. I don't even need my headlight switch. Well, I'll put it there anyways. I had to relocate my heater controls. I put them in the vent. It worked out good. It was just a matter of moving them from here over to the vent. It's quick and easy. That took no time at all. I made a little box to relocate the stereo. I put it basically where the ashtray is. I just got an on-off switch for the heater. It's high or off. That's good enough. It works. So I'm up here in Canada. It's either cold or you want it off. So still got a manual window door there. It is power windows. The wires are run. I just haven't put the door on yet. I have it. It's in the backyard. This side is power windows. I'll show you. I'll try to get a video of my pedal assembly, because the pedal assembly actually works as a template. Like I said, I cut out and I put a blank sheet on the firewall. The pedal assembly works as a template to drill all your holes. Master cylinder, everything just bolts right in. You got the pedals. It's all 2001 pedals. It worked out good. Trying to get a shot. You can see that's, this here, this is 2001. It's worked out good. And it sits flat against the firewall. It's all bolted in. It's all good and strong. It's not going anywhere. And then for the box, I ended up using the bed from the 2001. And it was a fleet side short box. So what I did is I just cut the box sides off and threw them away. And then I took my step side box sides and I set them on there, and it was going to be too high and kind of the wrong angle. So I cut the strips off of the step side box. Had some old angle iron, got it all fit, got the height right, everything, tacked it on, welded it up. Done. The fuel filler, all I did was that's 2001, I just reclocked it. Just undid the clamp and reclocked it differently and poked it through the box. I want to do something a little fancier there. I just haven't got around to it. This is my truck. It's push button 4-wheel drive. It's, like I said, it's a matter of cutting, welding, drilling holes. Plug stuff back in, drive your truck. It's got the 5.3 in it, and this step side cab and box and everything has to be quite a bit lighter, because I mash my foot to the floor and this thing gets up and it moves. Like, I'm not a racer. I don't race my truck. I'm not that guy. But I'd give a Dodge, a Hemi Dodge. That wouldn't be a problem beating one of them. Go Chevy. So yeah, I built it out of garbage. My daughter wrecked it, my 2001 short box, and I knew. I wasn't even upset, because I knew I'm building this. And would I do it again? Yeah. We can all weld, we can drill holes, cut metal. Went through a few zip cuts cutting metal, but it's basic tools and limited skills. It's not hard. We can all do this. Here's my truck, and thanks for watching. Everybody stay safe. It's, I don't know, let's self-isolate or stay home, do what we got to do and get through this. And I'm hoping to win a sticker or something. Thanks everyone.